So, first item on the agenda is call to order, and we're going to have a roll call by our Secretary Brooke Lackey.
Okay, give me one sec. Okay, Sasha Cigar from Atkins. I know she said she was going to be late, but is she here yet? Okay. Simran Vadgama from Atkins.
Here.
Okay. Sunita Agarwala from Bishop. Daniel Cancro from Bishop. Quentin Daniels from Carver. Abril Loaiza from Carver. Jacob Taylor from Early College.
Here.
James Taylor from Early College.
Present.
Jahara Rowe from Glenn. Skylar Peddle from Glenn.
Here.
Okay, Giselle Hernandez from Kennedy. Cameron Allen from Middle College.
Here.
Okay. Jayla Blair from North. Celeste Collado from North.
Here.
Okay. Nasi Bongweni from Reagan.
Here.
Okay. Daniel Reyes from Reagan. Daniel, I know you're here, so I'm just going to say you're here. Tamara requested an excused absence. Addison Truzy from Reynolds.
Here.
Okay. Melody Jackson from Walkertown. Obed Salazar from Walkertown. Xander, I missed Cade. Cade Brady from West.
Here.
Okay. Xander Patton from West.
Requested excused absence.
Okay. Thank you. Portia Smith from Winston-Salem Prep. I don't think she's oh, wait. She said she had a last minute interview and cannot find the link. So can somebody send the link to her?
Yes, I'll send it.
Thank you. And Almarie Williams of Winston-Salem Prep. Okay, that is roll call.
Okay, so the third item on the agenda is the could you minutes, could you just read over?
Could everybody hear James? James, can you try that again? You were breaking up.
My bad. I was saying the third item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. So Brooke, could you please share the minutes on the screen?
I'm unmuted. Yeah, of course I can. Give me one sec. I'm gonna mute my microphone because somebody's gonna come and pick my brother up and my dogs are gonna start like screaming. So I'm gonna mute my mic. You said share the minutes or the roll call? Okay.
Minutes.
Sorry, if anything looks incorrect, just shout it out. I'll write it down.
Hello, everyone. I'm very sorry for my tardiness. I had a very last-minute call at you, so please excuse me. But I hope you all are doing well, and I'm so happy to see you all.
Okay, sorry, last thing. Portia got accepted into Davidson College with a full ride. So can we talk about that for a second?
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, everything's processing, so I've been in and out of interviews all day. Thank you. Is there any corrections that need to take place for this today? If you feel like there is something incorrect or your name was spelled, please just put in the chat or on mute, please. And thank you, James, for chairing. Again, I'm very sorry.
Before we move on, if there are no corrections that need to be made. Oh, sorry, I thought somebody else was talking. Okay, so did we ever do the excused absences?
I don't think
You all do need to vote on the excused absences, Brooke. You're absolutely correct. So someone needs to make a motion and someone says a second, and then you do the roll call vote.
So
Do we have a motion on the floor to approve the excused absence? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
motion to approve the excused absences.
I second.
Okay, thank you guys. Brooke, were you able to get those names down?
yeah.
Awesome. Cameron Allen, Middle College.
Aye.
Celeste Collado, North Forsyth.
Aye.
Skylar Peddle, Glenn.
Aye.
Simran Vagama, Atkins.
Aye.
Nazi Bonguini, Reagan.
Aye.
James Taylor, Early College.
Aye.
Brooke Lackey, Middle College, excuse me.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor, Early College.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes, Reagan.
Aye.
Addison Truzzi, Reynolds.
Aye.
Kaylee. Sasha Cigar.
Aye.
And Cade Brady, West Forsyth.
Aye.
All right, it looks like the ayes have it. Thank you all so much for voting. Now, is there any corrections that need to be made on the minutes? If not, we can go into general business. Does anyone want to start off the committee meetings / reports? Is there anyway.
Did government relations ever find out a spring city council meeting date?
I don't think we've finalized that yet, but we will send out an email when we have that.
Okay.
Thank you for that. I'm sorry, for some reason I'm glitching right now a lot.
In
Hopefully
regards to
this
the
goes well, Jamie.
In regards to the government affairs and the city council meeting, College Advisory Board had proposed a meeting that they are going to be attending and asked us to share that date with you. And that is March. Sorry, I'm looking to tell you the right thing. March 15th.
What time is that at? 7?
Yes.
If everybody wants to go to that one and can, then that's fine.
And also, if we could have people to let us know if you all are coming, that way we can kind of figure out who all is coming. I think that would be really great as well.
It's still going to be virtual though, right?
Yes, as far as we know, it is still going to be virtual. And you all may recall that usually Yak and Cab attend those meetings at the same time. You don't always, but most of the time you do. So since CAB is your sister board, for those who may not know, the College Advisory Board. So they pretty much do what you do, but they're college students from across Forsyth County.
Thank you for reiterating that point, Ms. Wanda. I think that's a good point that you brought up as well. Do we have any updates or reports from the Public Relations Committee?
Any updates on the newsletter, articles, deadlines, anything like that, public relations?
No, not right now. I think we're beginning, I said last time that we're about to start like in March. And I think we want to like complete, I think the outreach thing that that's going on, which is going to like take place like this week. So I think we want to get through that first before we start doing any articles and piling up work, sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense, Celeste. I think that's wise. What is the rest of Yak thing? Are you all okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's awesome, Celeste. Thank you so much for sharing. Anybody with the Community Relations Committee, do you all have any updates? I know that our annual project is upcoming, so any ideas or any meetings that you all have been a part of that you would like to update us on?
We don't have any other further updates as of right now, but we definitely will be meeting soon to discuss some new ideas, possibly.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing. Remember that March 15th at 7 p.m. Is our set date to be at a city council meeting. Remember that's virtual. So thank you guys so much for the updates. Our next item on the agenda is the 2020-21 annual project, specifically the social media campaign for the virtual food drive. Can anyone in the social media committee speak to that and give us some updates?
May you repeat that again?
Yes, I'm sorry, I may be still breaking up. The social media committee, would you all give us an update as far as the annual project?
So we recently had a meeting last week, and we kind of went over some ideas that we had with the hashtags and captions and stuff like that. And then this Friday, I think Miss Tiffany scheduled another meeting for us in outreach to collaborate and finish some of the specific stuff with the social media.
Awesome, Skylar. Thank you for those updates concerning that. Does anyone else have anything else to add to what Skylar said?
Yes, if you all take a look in chat, and that is totally my fault because I meant to share this with you all. For those of you who are working with Miss Tiffany, I'd like for you to take a look at what's in chat and basically just let everyone know, or at least elaborate a little bit on some of the things that are there. As you see, the link is in there. So Ms. Tiffany could not make it today to join you all, but these were some of the points that she wanted the committee who is working with her to mention and kind of review. So I don't know if anyone want to take the lead on the logistics committee and some of those updates.
Daniel and I have been working a lot in terms of logistics. He actually created a document for social media and outreach that are just like some ideas to get some juices flowing about what we want to get done this week before our drive actually launches. Like, for example, for social media, the initiatives are create a Facebook post, create a couple of like Instagram posts on Canva, think about hashtags, you know, things about that, things like that. So we need to get the ball rolling on this because March is right around the corner. So, but we can share that document with you guys because the committees that you guys are a part of, you guys should be able to come up with what you want to work on as well. It's not just like dictated by other people. So if you guys have any ideas for, like, if you're on the social media committee, if you have an idea for like a post you want to make or something like that, then you can definitely include that and incorporate it into the project. For outreach, we also did that too. And Tiffany's going to really help you guys with that in y'all's next meeting, whatever that may be.
And Brooke, you did see, hopefully you scrolled down and you saw that Ms. Tiffany did have a couple of bullets for social media, and that is pretty much what you've just gone over about the hashtags. However, her recommendation is that you all need to vote on a good hashtag. So I don't know if you all have any suggestions for hashtags or if you'd like to discuss that during this meeting or what, because yes, time is ticking. And so at the very least, if somebody wanted to throw out some thoughts and brainstorm about hashtags, this would be a good time to do it.
We can come up with something like hashtag Yak Food Drive or, you know, something more creative like that. And that's what we need to vote on, right? Okay.
I definitely agree. I want to echo those points. Can you guys hear me better now? Awesome. I'm not sure what's going on with my laptop lately, but yes, I would like to reiterate those points as well. My suggestion, I just want to put it out there before everyone starts, is that we definitely connect the Winston-Salem Youth Advisory Council to the campaign in the hashtag. So definitely want to highlight that we are a part of that, and you know, this is what we're doing. So that's just some suggestions.
I have a question. So do we have a particular name for the food drive? And what I mean by this is, like, you see some programs like Toys for Tots. That's the name of the food drive. Like, do we have a particular name for this Yak food drive?
That's another thing we need to vote on. Last time we did not discuss that, but that's a good point, James.
We could make something catchy. And if we are going to do that, we need to implement it on the site, because our website for the actual food drive stuff is pretty much all done, except for a couple of photos we want to add to like make the text more readable, yada, yada. So if you guys have any ideas for names, then please spit them out, because right now it's just Yak virtual food drive. So
And also, if you all could look at the chat, Skylar put some ideas in the chat. And also just want to quickly put this out there. From the last meeting, we voted on the monetary goal and the mission statement. So today, what we need to do before we leave is vote on the name and the hashtags associated with the social media post for our campaign, excuse me.
That's cute, Addison.
That could be like a slogan or a hashtag.
we could, yeah, that could be a really good hashtag too. That's cute. I like it.
But I'm with Portia in that you all need to have yak in it somewhere. So I don't know if yak take a bite out of hunger or yak takes a bite out of hunger or something like that. Is that too long? Is that too, I mean, what do y'all think? But you do need to have yak in there somewhere.
I like yaks take a bite out of hunger, because then people could just say, oh, the take a bite out of hunger food drive. I don't think that's too long, because people will really remember the take a bite part, you know, like that part's supposed to be catchy.
That's a really good idea. Yeah. Does anyone else have any thing to add or suggestions? I really like those. Yak attacks hunger.
Wait,
I like
yak
that.
attack is so cool.
I like that.
Yak attack.
So yak. Yak attack, that's nice. So as a hashtag, want to put yak attack, which is pretty cool. Anyone else? I really like these suggestions. I feel like everybody's like mental juices are flowing, and like Brooke said, get the ball running. I love those. And the more I'm not sure if anyone else kind of knows this as well, but the more a hashtag is connected with like the city council or yak, is the more views you'll get, because of people looking at the city council page or looking like, hey, it's the youth advisory council. So that part as well, just trying to think of that.
Is Tiffany on the call?
No, I remember I just mentioned that Tiffany couldn't join us today. So she sent those bullet points and she wanted me to share those with you all.
Okay.
But did you all see what Addison mentioned in the chat, which is potentially that the yak attack could be the hashtag, I'm sorry, the name, and the slogan hashtag yak takes a bite out of hunger?
I love it. It could be the yak attack food drive.
Right. That's cute.
Yeah, I think that's really great. Does anyone have any, like, you know, I know we're gonna vote on this soon, so any takeaways or anything else to add? I really think those are cool. I like that, Jacob. That's really good. That's another one. You guys look at the chat. That's pretty cool. So, Miss Wanda and Miss Jamie, do you guys think it would be safe to just have like 1 to 2 hashtags that would pretty much cover our campaign?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And yeah, Addison just asked the same thing, Portia, whether or not you all can have multiple hashtags. I mean, I don't see an issue with that, but it's up to you all. Whatever, what do you think? Do you want more than 1 hashtag? I see a lot of yeses.
more than one hashtag would maximize the opportunity for people to see it, I think.
Okay. Okay.
So I see another one in the chat, Hunger Heroes. That's a cool one as well.
So hopefully someone is taking notes on all these hashtags, because somebody's going to have to make a motion and include all those hashtags and the slogan.
Could we possibly, instead of having to like vote on them, could we possibly make like a Google Doc with all the like hashtags, and then we can just choose from those, like the approved ones, I guess?
Well, the problem with that, Addison, is you all are really crunched for time. And that was something Miss Tiffany wanted me to emphasize with you all. Because it's possible, it might have been in the chat, her note about it may be possible to have to change the date again. Because, you know, things need to get moving along a little bit quicker than they have been, she said. Which she said changing the date wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it's just that you all have to decide whether or not that's what you want. Or are you okay with taking a vote today and just including these hashtags? And you could always leave it open in the motion and say that any additional hashtags could be considered as well. You don't have to lock yourselves in.
I think we should do that, since this is a very sudden brainstorm. It's like we're moving boom, 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 which is what we need to do. But we should also be able to let people come up with ideas as they go along.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Good slogan. Go ahead. I'm sorry, James.
I was going to reiterate what Miss Jamie was talking about. If we put hashtags that are kind of just, you know, normal, such as Winston-Salem, or, just regular hashtags, it's more likely to be seen because more people are looking at those hashtags.
That's definitely a good point. I would say when we're voting, I would say like those could be the additional ones added onto it, like more of those general ones, like hashtag Winston-Salem, hashtag city council, or Winston-Salem city council, or things like that. So we're able to just get the generalized, crowds from those social media sources. So I think that's a really good point that you all bring up.
We can make a Google Doc with all of our and caption ideas too, because we'll make the posts and everything, but you also have to have a short spiel for your caption. So I don't mind making a Google Doc and sending it out in a big email so you guys can just add to it if you want. It doesn't really have to be a social media committee thing if you guys don't mind. Addison just asked if we can make a TikTok for advertisement. And I mean, we can. I don't know how to do that, but.
For the social media committee, since a smaller group, we can just have people doing the TikTok. But I mean, if people want to post it, that's fine too. Because you can use hashtags on TikTok.
I think that's, I believe now, Miss Jamie or Miss Wanda, you guys correct me on this. I think as far as that idea, which is pretty cool, honestly, because a lot of people are on TikTok now, and nowadays it's like you only get 15, 30 seconds of someone's time to really get their attention and have them to donate. My only concern is that as far as scripting and getting those things together, it may take a little bit longer, but I would definitely bring that idea up to Tiffany because I think it's a good idea worth noting.
Okay, I still recommend that you all vote on at least some initial hashtags and your slogan to get this ball moving. And then, like Brooke has suggested, and I think Addison, you can always do this Google Doc and add more things, but you need to have something concrete to get started with at least. At least get it started, but you can continue to brainstorm if you'd like, and you can continue to use other hashtags.
Is there any, go ahead.
I was gonna ask if I could make the motion because like I wrote down a lot of the hashtags. Okay, go ahead, Portia.
Yeah, just want to ask who would make a motion if it's okay if we go ahead and proceed. So yes, Brooke, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I make a motion to somewhat set in stone the name of our virtual food drive. For right now, we could call it just the Yak Attack food drive. I think that's pretty cool. And some of our hashtags as of right now is like Yak takes the fight out of hunger, Yak Attack, one can make a difference, you know, things like that. And I motion for this to be an ongoing thing so people can add ideas to that Google Doc as we go along.
Thanks, Brooke. Does anyone want to make a second?
Second.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and vote. Addison Truzzi, Reynolds.
Aye.
Brooke Lackey, Middle College.
Aye.
Cade Brady, West Forsyth.
Aye.
Cameron Allen, Middle College.
Aye.
Celeste Galado, North Forsyth.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes, Reagan. Daniel, I'm not sure if you heard me call your name. Daniel Reyes, Reagan.
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero, Kennedy.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor, Early College.
Aye.
James Taylor, Early College.
Aye.
Nazi Bonguini, Reagan.
Aye.
Sasha Sagar, Atkins.
Aye.
Simran Vagama, Atkins.
Aye.
Skylar Peddle, Glenn.
Aye.
And myself, aye. It looks like the ayes have it. Thank you all for voting and throwing your ideas out there. So our next item on the agenda, excuse me, is the YGA virtual grants interview.
Portia, you guys aren't finished with this one. You're not finished with this item because you need to go through the outreach committee and the logistics committee, because you'll see Ms. Tiffany was asking for a vote on at least one other thing pertaining to your project. And so
Okay.
with outreach, if you would look at that bullet or those bullets, she mentioned that there needed to be, or you all have been working on devising a plan for outreach to each administrator of each high school, and that there is consideration being given to printing flyers to put in the schools, and then crafting a list of businesses to reach out to. And she mentioned that it would be great if Yak could add to the list of businesses during this meeting. And she said if someone has a direct relationship with a business and wants to ask directly themselves, then to note that. So that, I guess it would help her too.
Thank you for that. Can you send that information over? Because I don't have it on my agenda.
It's in the chat.
Okay. Thank you. So can we have from the logistics committee speak on some of those points?
Oh, it was outreach. They are after logistics. We're kind of going backwards, Portia, because we started with social media, which was at the bottom of that post.
Okay, so outreach. Thank you.
You're welcome. So who's on outreach? Who's been working on that part? No one's been working with Miss Tiffany on outreach for this?
So outreach is me and Sasha and Celeste, Cade, and then Xander, but he's not here on the meeting today.
Okay. So for those who are on, can you all kind of elaborate on those bullets that Miss Tiffany shared that are in the chat?
I think Sasha just put into the chat which businesses we're planning on trying to reach out to. We're still trying to find some like local businesses. So if anybody has any ideas for local businesses we could reach out to, please put that in the chat. And so then in terms of reaching out to them, I think we're planning on emailing both the businesses and we're also planning on emailing schools, but we weren't sure if like principals were the best method of contact. So we're going to call the schools to find out who the best person to communicate with is. So we're going to be reaching out to all those schools, and I think we're going to focus on high schools. And then we're also thinking of, I'm sorry, I need to pull up the document.
Okay.
While someone pulls the document up, I already have it up, so I'll just continue, I guess. So we were thinking about reaching out to Brent Campbell. Tiffany told us it might be hard to like come in contact with him, but we're gonna try to also reach out to him, so maybe he could send out a broader message. I don't know. And then we were thinking about making a QR code for something, for the flyers. Oh, putting a QR code on the flyers, sorry.
I have a question with the businesses. So are we just looking for businesses that will like just post like ways to support them, like with the food drive, or are you looking for things like financial support? What are we looking for with like businesses?
So with the businesses, we're basically asking them for like donations to help support our drive.
I don't know if we're interested in doing like a diet thing because my family, we're Crumley Roberts, so I could get them to contribute if we're open to doing something like that.
That's a good idea because
I think
we can endorse them through our drive. Like we can put everybody's logos on the website. That's the idea, right? Like
yeah, basically.
Okay, so I can
So yes, just like Addison brought up, it doesn't have to specifically be food-based. Places like, for example, law firms, they really have this idea of, yes, sponsors. They want to be sponsors. They want to give back. Crumley Roberts has a lot to do with community outreach. So different things or different places rather will be more than willing to, as long as you all contact them and try to do that this week, and so we can go ahead and be by that March 1st timeline, if that's what we can do.
And you all don't forget about Mr. David Daggett. Remember, he helped you with your PSAs. That's another law firm right there. And he's already worked with you once, so he may be willing to work with you again. Does anybody have a connection to Mr. Daggett, or does anyone feel comfortable reaching out to him?
I can do it. Just like call or email.
Probably, it may take both, Cameron. It may take both. But if you remind him that he worked with you all last year on the PSAs, that should help a lot.
I definitely agree. And then a lot of also some suggestions, that come to mind. Local sororities, fraternities, they have a lot of funds that they want to use for such projects. And especially because it's youth driven, there's a lot more out there. Corporations, I'm thinking of banks, different things, because there are funds for projects like these. So just some suggestions that come to mind.
Great idea, Portia. And I see someone is drafting a letter and phone script for the cold calls. So that would be helpful for those of you who are willing to reach out. I don't know who on this committee is working on that or what the status is. Can anybody speak to that on the outreach committee?
Last Wednesday, we started a Google Doc. So on there, we have all the schools, and then we have the start of the script and the start of the email. And we've just started on that. So it should be done in the next couple of days. So we'll be ready to start reaching out to those businesses and stuff. We have another meeting with Tiffany soon. So we're going to have that done before we meet with her again.
Good. Okay. Well, those were great updates from the outreach committee.
I I have one more question. Is there anyone who like take the emails once we get confirmation on what business would like to participate?
Addison, can you kind of repeat your question? I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm sorry, I may have glitched out, but is there anyone who we should email specifically once we get confirmation on what businesses will be participating or being a sponsor? Or do we just send it to?
I guess it will depend, Addison, on the information that whoever is reaching out to these businesses, hopefully at the same time they will receive some type of a contact person's name, and also, you know, whatever they prefer, because some people, the phone call could be enough, and for others they may want something in writing. So I think it's just going to be very subjective. It's going to depend on each individual business that you're reaching out to. I don't know that there'll be a blanket way to do that.
I was talking about within YAC, like who do we tell, like, so we can put.
Oh, within YAC. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So maybe somebody from the outreach committee you're thinking would be the point person for that. Okay.
You could tell Tiffany, because like she's done drives like this before, so she kind of knows how to handle the businesses once you've gotten past the stage of, yes, I'll work with you guys. Because like we do need to formulate emails and stuff once we've gotten past they're giving us donations, like how are we going to follow up with them, et cetera, et cetera. That could be another thing for outreach to do.
Good point.
I would also add to that the idea of thank you notes digitally could be something outreach also could work on. That's not something immediate right now. I think our immediate concern is finalizing the phone and email scripts, getting in contact with the businesses, and staying in contact with Tiffany. I think that's something we definitely need to prioritize right now.
Very true, Portia. Very true.
And I believe, as Celeste was saying earlier, you know, taking it chunk by chunk, I think that's also a good point. But is there anything else that we are missing out from outreach, or any other thoughts or ideas, Ms. Wanda, excuse me, and Ms. Jamie?
Jamie?
Did you all come up with a plan for if you are going to put print flyers, or are you wanting to do any print for the schools? That was on the checklist here of Tiffany's.
You could do that and then put a QR code on the flyers. I think it's probably a good idea to do flyers because even though a lot of us aren't going in person, for the people who are, they're probably going to pay attention to what's on the walls because it's not like there's probably that much up anyways. So that might be a good idea, and that'll be another way to get the word out if people don't have like social media or something.
Thank you, Brooke. I think that is also a good point. We need to go ahead and, I believe, you know, get an idea of how much of print flyers we need within the schools. Who would be going back to school? What would that look like? Just so we can kind of gauge what we're, you know, spending out on the print flyers and things concerning that. How do we go about that? But I think it's really important that we do take advantage of putting those flyers up in schools if that's approved.
Okay, Portia, the last little bit you had in this section was the logistics committee. And it may not be a bad idea if someone can click so that the website as it looks right now can be shared on the screen with everybody.
And so if someone can share their screen from the logistics committee, excuse me, my words today. And thank you, Ms. Jamie.
I was so impressed personally when I saw it. I thought that you all have done some really great work on this. This looks awesome to me. But what do you all think? What does Yak think about this?
I like the little visual.
The Yak logo? You talking about the Yak logo?
Well, that too. I was talking about the little meter for like how much we've raised. I like the little bit would help us know if we're meeting the goal.
I like that too.
We actually haven't raised $26. That was a thing from like a previous drive that this website was on, but it's okay. That's out of the question. That will be the meter that we use. So
I think it's awesome, really well put together. I think it gets straight to a point, and the infographics are really great.
we wanted to add more pictures throughout it so that it's not just a bunch of words all together. So I know Tamara had some pictures of the like relief project that we did in December. And if you guys have any ideas for projects like maybe us together, like marching for Think Orange last year in the parade, that'd be a good idea so that they can see who we are and it's not as crazy to read the whole website.
I think pictures would definitely help. Y'all, we have plenty of pictures of you all, but we just have to see what you prefer to share. But we have pictures of you from meetings, even since we've been doing the virtual platform, we have pictures. Okay, we'll get you what we have, Brooke, and hopefully everyone else will too.
Any other updates from the logistics committee? This is amazing, this website, but any other updates or anything that we are leaving out that we need to cover?
Portia, do you see this part right here where it says the partners? I guess somewhere in this area could be the logos of the sponsors.
Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, so if we could go ahead, like I said, prioritize the phone, emails, and with the businesses, I will, if there's any questions about businesses or, you know, just some pointers, I know everyone is more than willing to give some pointers as well as the executive committee. So yes, as far as getting the logos, we need to go ahead and get that rolling. I think that's a good point. Any other updates from the logistics committee, outreach, social media committee, anything that we may be missing or any questions? If not, we can go ahead and move to our next item. Thank you, Brooke, for putting that in the chat. And also, Jacob, thank you. So yes, also try to meet, if you're not able to meet virtually, continue to check your emails, continue to be in contact with one another, because that's what's gonna help us have a successful food drive. So you all are doing really great, but just continue to be persistent with this, and I think we'll be great. So the next item on the agenda, since there's nothing else on Tiffany's points, excuse me, Brooke, I think that's fine as long as people are still responding to their emails. I'm not sure what Ms. Wander and Ms. Jamie think about that, but I'll let you guys speak to that point. Awesome, thank you. So on to our next item on the agenda, the YGA virtual grants interview. both Addison and Tamara did a wonderful job. I'm going to pass over to them. Did wonderful during prep. Just amazing, amazing, amazing. So I'm going to pass it over to you all.
Sadly, Tamara couldn't be at the meeting today, but she is just as excited as I am right now. The meeting went phenomenal. I mean, we had the interviewer speechless. Executed it as much information as we could, and it just went really well. So I definitely expect some good results from it.
Good job, Addison. And Tamara, I wish she was on. Portia, thank you for working with them.
Yes, of course. Like I said, they did a phenomenal job. I'm just gonna put this out there before we get the ball rolling. It was actually Addison and Tamara's idea to have a Quizlet on interview prep for the future councils for the Youth Advisory Council. So next year looks very bright for the Youth Advisory Council. So again, thank you. You all did I wish Tamara was on, but Addison, you did a wonderful job, and I'm just very proud of you all for representing us. So that's awesome. Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is the state grants. If you all have not seen the exciting email, we did receive $500 fully funded. So congratulations, everyone. You all did awesome working on the grants and just showing up and showing out on the call, which was last year. So thank you for that. And so we should be getting more updates on that in the following weeks, I believe. And Ms. Wanda or Ms. Jamie, do you all have anything to add to that?
No, just congratulations, yeah, good job. And Portia and James, I don't know if you've received anything through DocuSigns. Did you get something? Because I sent it to both of you because you needed to sign off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, we both signed off on it. So.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Thank you for doing that.
Of course. Again, you guys, it's going to be great to have this, especially for the social media committee. We need to, for the advertisements and everything. So I think that's wonderful. So on to the next item on our agenda, we're going to talk about the State Youth Council. And this is something very new that they're doing. This month they did Hidden Figures. I'm not sure if you all joined, but I heard it was, really well going over that movie for Black History Month. So if you all joined, put in the chat or unmute and then tell us how it went. Also, Ms. Wanda, Ms. Jamie, can you speak a little bit about the monthly movie? And we'll just start off with that first.
Yes, I'm going to defer to Jamie for both of those items, the movie and the spring convention.
So I have not received what the March movie will be. I'm assuming it'll come in the next probably week. But the spring convention, which is normally a weekend, sometimes in the past it was at the beach. It is now 2 hours, and it will be April 10th from 10 to 12. So I do highly recommend to have a presence there, though, because you all have been very strong with the State Youth Conference. So they will send out registration for that soon, and I'll make sure we get that forwarded over to you all. But it is April 10th from 10 to 12 a.m.
Well, I'm glad you put AM. I don't want anyone logging in at night. I think that wouldn't be right. But yes, just to echo Ms. Jamie's points, I think it's really important that even though it's virtual, I think it'll be great to be able to still participate in these events. Did anyone, and I'm not sure if anyone put in the chat, but did anyone take part in the last monthly movie, which was February? We're still in February, but still. All right. right. Well, maybe next time you're able to catch it. I think it's a great way to really be involved with some peers and some people you don't know. I think that's a great way outside of academic life. No, not yet, Brooke. I'm not sure if you heard Ms. Jamie. She said there's not an update yet, but we should get that very soon. If there's nothing on that, and we'll get that information as far as registration soon. If there's nothing else with that, we will go ahead and go to our last items on the agenda. So this is the staff reminders and information section. Can anyone speak about the newsletter? I know we touched on it. If there's anything else that we need to discuss about the newsletter, or some things to keep in mind.
I would love to give you all something to keep in mind. I know that the majority of your project will happen in March, early April. We would love to have the newsletter by mid-April, so that way the articles that do not revolve around the annual project can go ahead and get started now. And then as soon as the annual project's done and you can report what your total was, then maybe give yourself a couple of days, but to get that back to us around mid-April. And that's because we do like to have that to report on when you all finish out the year with your annual report.
Thank you, Ms. Jamie. Is there any other suggestions or any updates about newsletters besides the one Ms. Jamie gave?
No, I don't think there's any updates.
Awesome. Thanks, Celeste. Just keep in mind if Celeste or someone involved with the newsletter, if they do ask for a post, please try to get back to them as soon as possible. And we'll try our best as far as photos and stuff and some infographics for the newsletter. We'll try to get it over to you all as well. So thank you. So if you guys have your calendars pulled up, I would highly recommend that we go ahead and put on our monthly meetings on our calendars. So our next meeting will be March 23rd at 4 p.m., April 27th at 4 p.m., and our very last one, unfortunately, will be May 25th at 4 p.m. So go ahead and put those in your calendars and keep those dates in mind. Does anyone have any questions, or if they know they're not going to be available, can you let us all know at your earliest convenience?
Could you just repeat those dates one more time?
Yeah, sure. So the next meeting will be March 23rd at 4 p.m., April 27th at 4 p.m., and our very last one will be May 25th at 4 p.m. Thank you, Ms. Jamie, for putting in the chat as well.
So everybody, remember your meetings are the fourth Tuesday of each month. Mm-hmm. A good way to remember, the fourth Tuesday of every month, unless we have to do otherwise for some reason.
Thank you. So definitely keep a look at your emails, constantly refresh. I know last time it was hard to get in contact with some of you guys, but as long as you continue to update your email or type in the search bar YAC, you will constantly be able to be updated about the monthly meeting schedule, things concerning our annual project, and any other upcoming events. So thank you for those points, Ms. Wanda. So our last item is upcoming events. As you all know, we have the annual project that we're going to be working with all of March. As far as committees, you all know that Ms. Tiffany will be meeting with you guys trying to finalize some of these emails that are going to be sent out, the businesses, logistics, outreach, all of that stuff. Just continue to look at your emails for that. March 15th at 7 p.m. Again, that's going to be when we look at, well, when we partake in the city council meeting. That will also be virtually, so keep those in mind. And I believe that is it, but
one more thing, Miss Portia. You all may or may not realize this because of how we've had to meet, but we are doing our annual Human Relations Student Awards virtual ceremony. We're not calling it a banquet this year because there will be no banquet, but we're still giving out the Human Relations Student Awards. And it's going to be virtual. It will air on February the 25th, which is just in a couple of days. So as you know, this is a totally youth-oriented type of program. And I think Jamie and Portia might have had some discussion and pulled me in. I thought it was a great idea that perhaps the Youth Council could collectively on this meeting, in this setting, wish the winners congratulations. You know, just congratulations from YAC. So for those of you where we only see the tops of your heads, we're gonna need for you to move your cameras down so you can be well seen, because the superintendent is participating this year and a lot of other people, the mayor, of course. And so we want to see your bright, beautiful faces. And Simran, we need you to move your camera down a little bit more like I just had to do. Giselle, you too.
Yes, can you tell us the time of it? And thank you for that point. I'm sorry, I don't know why I forgot.
That's okay. It's supposed to air at 6:30 on Thursday.
Okay. And that idea, Wanda, Portia did not know about. Portia.
Okay, sorry, Portia.
Portia, have you supported your greeting?
Yes, I did. I've already submitted
okay.
it.
Okay. Well, then good. I was going to have you start this off with your greeting, but since you've already done that, then you all can just, however you all would like to say congratulations. I have it recording now. So, and of course it's recording and being aired on YouTube. So.
Awesome.
So is everybody ready? Jacob, can you lean your camera down a little bit more? There you go. So I don't know, do you all want to collectively say congratulations to the Youth Advisory Council or something like that? Is that good enough? Or do you want to get fancier?
Say congrats from YAC.
Yeah.
I think you should say Youth Advisory Council though, because some of them may or may not know about YAC.
Addison just put a good idea in the chat. She said like, everybody can clap and then one person can say like, oh, congratulations from the Youth Advisory Council.
How nice. That sounds nice. Y'all okay with that?
Yeah, so the lag isn't so bad and like really different times.
I'm typing something in the chat that might give a title of the year and what their award is, if you want to add all that to it. But
awesome. Quickly, I want to ask, did anyone receive the award for this year from YAC?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But last year, Portia, would you like to share how that was? Or did anyone receive it last year?
Well,
or the year before?
Mine was the year before. So yes, I received the Human Relations Award my first year with YAC, and that was honestly a blessing. And so did another YAC member. And so that was just a blessing. And typically what we do is we're treated to a dinner at this banquet, and we're able to, you know, congratulate and mingle and be around so many kids that have done amazing things. I mean, you'll be speechless. So if you have the opportunity to watch the airing on Thursday, definitely do so. And fun fact, Al-Marie, who is not here tonight, she received the award last year before joining the Youth Advisory Council. So it's amazing.
Yes, and it goes all the way down. Some years we have kindergartners, but usually first grade on up through 12th. So every school has a representative winner, so it's really nice.
Yes.
So did you all see Jamie's information in chat? Are y'all good with that? Okay.
And we're all just gonna clap, and then like one person can say like congratulations to the prompt that Jamie said.
Actually, Addison, I was going to pass that over to James because I recorded the greeting. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to do like a vice chair in place. I wouldn't mind, but I think it'll be cool to have James involved.
So just let me know when everybody's ready. Ready?
James, can you speak up a little bit or turn your volume up?
Is this good?
That's a little better.
Is this better?
Say it again.
Can you hear me now?
That's much better.
That's awesome.
All right. Congratulations to the 2021 Human Relations Student Award winners from the Youth Advisory Council.
Oh.
How was that audio? Mr. Bell, are you listening to this? How was the audio? I don't know if he's listening. Jamie, how was it to you? Do we need to try it again?
It doesn't hurt to give them 2 tries.
Okay, so James, we need for you to really say it very loudly and lean in if you have to.
Okay.
It needs to be really, you need to be loud, like I'm talking, you need to be loud.
One question before that. Are we all going to mute while James says that, and we're just going to do like a virtual clap, or? Because I didn't know.
Maybe what we can do is everyone mute while he's speaking, and then we can clap. It'll probably show him, and then we'll open to the gallery and everybody clapping. So you can unmute at that point, but while he's speaking, absolutely, let's all mute. And James, if you could turn your camera a little, the light coming from the other way, can you go the opposite direction so that there you go. And if you come closer to speak closer, then we'll see your face better. It'll be all great.
This is good.
That does sound a lot better. Yeah, come a little closer.
Don't be afraid to show your Yak logo on your shirt, by the way.
Oh, you have a Yak sweatshirt. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
There you go.
So are we ready?
Right. And speak loud and proud.
Congratulations to the 2021 Human Relations Student Award winners from the Youth Advisory Council.
All right. I think that was good.
I think it was too. Thank you so much, Yak.
We got it. Yay! Is there anything else that we may have missed, or anything that you guys want to update us on before we adjourn? If there is not, do I have? Yes, you guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. You guys made my day. If there's nothing else, is there a motion on the floor to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
And is there a second?
A second.
Awesome. Addison Truzzi Reynolds. Brooke Lackey Middle College.
Here, aye.
Kate Brady, West Forsyth.
Aye.
Cameron Allen, Middle College.
Aye.
Celeste Collado, North Forsyth.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes, Reagan.
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero Hernandez, Kennedy. Jacob Taylor, Early College.
Aye.
James Taylor, Early College.
Aye.
Nazi Bonguini, Reagan.
Aye.
Sasha Sagar, Atkins.
Aye.
Simran Vagama, Atkins.
Aye.
Skylar Peddle, Glenn.
Aye.
And myself, I. Thank you all for joining, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Keep in mind of upcoming events, and if anyone did not join today and you're able to contact them, or if they ask you any questions, feel free to update them. But thank you guys for everything that you guys do. So thank you.
Good job. Thanks, Jack.